Douglas needs to come home to his family. That's us, the Forresters.
Hey cuties, I'm Lanikia and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Bold and the Beautiful edition. Welcome to a new week of episodes. Today is Monday, August the 15th, 2022. On a scale of 1 to 10, y'all already know how we do. Honestly, I'm going to give this a 6.5. Like, it was just a real wrap up of what's been going on. So we start off with my favorite couple, non-couple, is Bill and Lee. And they're just going over, Lee's just telling Bill, thank you. Thank you for everything you did for me. Thank you for everything you did for my son. You didn't have to take a chance on me when you saw a complete stranger. But he just says, I'm glad I was there to help. You're a strong person. Look what you've done to, get over to go against Sheila. And honestly, she said, she wanted Sheila to rot, but knowing she got ripped apart, tore apart by a bear, she's cool with that. And she was like, is that morbid? And Bill was like, nah, Sheila was a piece of work or whatever. I said, y'all don't celebrate too hard because I don't think my girl is gone. But anyways, they're just talking. So they continue to talk and everything, right? And then Bill brings up the fact about Jack. I know your husband was worried and stuff.
Whether Jack was freaking out or not means very little to me. He and I are no longer together.
Sorry to hear that.
Lee looked away and he said, what? And she said, to be quite honest with you, I don't care what Jack was feeling. I don't care if he was worried or anything. He lied to me. And I get what Lee is saying. Like, I was in this long marriage with this man raising his child that I didn't even know was his child. I thought we just adopted a random child. And here we find out that it was his child. This whole time he had an affair and had a baby with somebody and then brought the child home and had me raise it. And she said, but I love my son, but like what Jack did to me, that's humiliating and it's embarrassing. And she's not going to forgive him for that. Like, Lee is not a forgiving person when it comes to that. And it is what it is. So, but I mean, Bill, the door is open. Okay, Katie, keep sitting around there wondering if he wants Brooke. Anyways, let's move on. So we see Deacon, Hope, Brooke, and Liam. And Brooke is about to leave, right? She like, I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't even mean to stay this long. And he was like, because of me. That's what Deacon says. And she says, I don't want to do anything to upset Ridge. Oh, Lord, we're going to go through this a whole month. And she says, I don't want to do anything to upset Ridge. And he said, I don't really care about Ridge right now. Hope, tell your mama what's going on. You're going to want to hear this, Brooke. And she was like, what? And Hope is like, Dad, why you like? And Liam was like, you need to tell. And Brooke is just like, what? What's going on?
What? What's going on? It's nothing as of yet.
But, so Thomas stopped by and he was thinking about making some changes.
About where Douglas calls home. He brought up the idea of Douglas living with him full time.
So then we see, she tells Brooke, Liam and Hope tell Brooke, Thomas is wanting custody. He wants to make, change the arrangements of where Douglas lives. And Brooke said, Thomas is not ever, she said, Thomas is doing better, but he'll never be well enough where he can provide a caring, loving environment the way that you and Liam do. And Liam says, yeah, I feel like if he really loved Thomas and he wanted him to be in this environment, like if he says he cares about him and he wants him to be happy, healthy, and whole, then he knows that being with Hope and I that's the answer. And Deacon says, sure is. And so they're all just like, okay, so Hope, because Hope is just like, listen, nothing's come of it yet. He just mentioned it or whatever. I like Hope. He mentioned it because that's what he wants to do. And honestly, I don't see anything wrong with it. I think, yes, there should be a transitional period where you get him used to staying more and more with Douglas until finally Thomas, until finally Thomas is the main, caregiver as far as stationary. Like and then Hope, he told Hope you can come visit him anytime, the same way she tells him you can come visit anytime. And I'm sure he'll still let Douglas spend the night and all that kind of stuff. So it's just like it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay, unless Thomas does something else that's off the wall. It should be okay. So then we see Steffi, Taylor, Thomas, and Ridge. Now, Steffi's trio is trying to get her parents together, and Taylor's still over there giggling, talking about we shared a kiss and it was a good kiss. I said, oh, my girl gone. My girl is gone, and there's no coming back for her. Like, stop saying that. Stop doing that in front of your kids. Like, y'all shared a kiss and this man don't even want to bring it up. You're embarrassing me at this point. Like, it is hard. Like, y'all, I couldn't even put that clip in because I was going to put it in just to talk about this part of it, but I couldn't even do it because I couldn't even rewatch it. I can't even watch this grown ass woman act this way. I can't even rewatch it. I'm embarrassed. I get secondhand embarrassment from people, and seeing that today, oh my gosh, I was embarrassed for her. Like, you're sitting here, dancing back and forth. You know how people kind of shuffle back and forth on their feet, the happy dance. You're sitting here doing a happy dance over a kiss that the man don't even want to acknowledge or talk about. Ma'am, what are you doing? And then Steffi and Thomas don't make it any better. Y'all kids because y'all love each other. Like, oh my gosh, y'all are grown with kids on your own, and you still worried about mommy and daddy being together. Are you serious? Are you kidding me right now? Are you serious right now? Let's move on. Anyways, baby, Steffi gonna say, you're the love of her life. That you two are the loves of each other's life. That Ridge, well, she called him dad, but she was just telling Ridge, Taylor is the love of your life. Anybody can see that. I said,
we
baby,
have to spend this time on earth with the people who matter the most. And who matters more than the love of your life? That's who you are to each other. Anyone can see it.
if that's the love, this is how he treats the love of his life, I don't want it. He can't decide which woman he wants. Like, what are you talking about? This man can't decide which woman he wants. He kisses up on Brooke and lives there and everything. Then he runs and kisses on Taylor, and then he runs and he's with Brooke but thinking about Taylor, and then he's with Taylor but he feels guilty because he's supposed to be with Brooke. I'm like, that is not how you treat the love of your life. Like, stop this madness. Stop it. Let's move on. So then we see Thomas talks about, how he wants Douglas to come live with him. And they say that I think that's a good idea. And Taylor says it's about time. And then he tells them, the conversation he had with Hope. And they said, wait, she just shut you down? He said, well, no, it wasn't like that. I said, well, then you shouldn't have said it because you already know Steffi and Taylor was going to get on the defense about this. But Ridge was just like, well, how did you broach it? Because, like, it depends on how did, because he said, we don't want this to get contentious. And they said, it is, and Taylor was like, it doesn't have to be, but Hope has to know she can't make decisions when it comes to Douglas. And then Steffi's like, yes, Hope is the mother, but it's not like his real mother. Like, she died. She didn't want to give him up or whatever. And Hope is given a loving, nurturing environment, but it's time for him to come home. Now, I make no bones about this. It is like he wants to be at home. It's time for him to come home and everything. I just think you could, instead of y'all being all like, yeah, get him, y'all could just be like, yes, it is time for him to come home. So y'all need to just work out an agreement on how you do that transition. How many days a week he's going to, like, maybe, okay, this month, he stays at Hope's 4 days and he stays with you 3 days. Then the next month it's maybe 5 and then 2 and then 6 and then 1. And then finally it's like he's over at your place full time. And then he goes to Hope's maybe once or twice a month to spend the night. You know what I mean? Just you can work out a transition on how to do this. It doesn't have to be a war, but clearly it's going to be a war because Steffi said,
it's time to stand up to Hope. And to Brooke. To all of the Logans. They're the ones who should be visiting Douglas, not you. Douglas needs to come home to his family. That's us. The Forresters.
it's time for Douglas to come home. And you need to stand up to Hope. And she looked at Rich and she said, and sir, you need to stand up to Brooke. Now, it's time to come on home to the Forresters. You can't make this stuff up. Lord, this video is enough. All right, guys, that was the bold and the beautiful today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for another episode of What Happened on the Soaps, Bold and the Beautiful edition. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.